Welcome to This Week Health Daily, where we invest in your career. Let me ask you this question. Do you have a point of view? Have you thought through your industry? Have you thought through your practice, your discipline, and developed a stance on where things are going to go, how they're going to go, what we should be focused in on? Do you have a point of view? I want you to take a listen to this clip with Sarah Richardson, where we talk through what she thinks is going to be the most impactful thing that's going to hit healthcare. Have a listen. I'm going to come back and talk about it in a couple seconds. The last question I want to ask you is, what's one area do you think CIOs need to be really focused in on right now?
Patient experience.
Okay.
I would call it hyper consumerism is where I would focus it more, because patient experience to me is a banner and a campaign and a this and a that. No, hyper consumerism, driving everything to a digital experience, because if we don't make it easy for patients like ourselves to use healthcare on our smart devices, then companies like Apple are starting to do it for us.
Sarah does a great job there. The thing about a point of view is, agree or disagree doesn't really matter. What matters is you're putting it out there. It takes courage, it takes conviction, it takes work to develop a point of view and to put it out there for discussion. And that is where things start to happen. That's where the organization starts to gel around a certain set of ideas. And it's going to be the ideas that people have the conviction and the courage to put out there and open it up for discussion. And when those discussions happen, that's when those ideas really start to solidify and when your action plans start to develop. So what's the so what? The so what is it takes a handful of things to have a point of view. One, it takes some work. It takes some work and it takes some discipline. It takes time to sit back and to ask the question, what's going on in my industry? What's going on in the market? What's going on in the world? And how are those things sort of colliding? And what is that going to mean for the people around me, for the community that I serve? It takes time. It takes discipline. You have to ask the questions, and you have to just have some alone time to put things up there. The second thing it takes is conviction. It takes conviction and it takes courage, because it doesn't do anyone any good if your point of view, if your statement ends up on the whiteboard and you never discuss it with your team or never discuss it with the larger community that you serve. So the so what is, develop your point of view. Think through your industry, think through what's going on in the world, and think through how it impacts your community. Develop a set of convictions around that, and then take them out to the community for discussion. Get out there, have the discussions, and see if you can't come up with very creative ways of solving some of the most challenging problems that we're facing in healthcare.